Dude, Guild Wars 2 is everything. All right, what are there any games you think it's going to be? I think the Ghastly into Worms game might be actually the best game here, I believe. Would be the one we probably want to look at there.
I agree. It's,
the other ones are probably going to be fairly straightforward, I would say, for the teams in question, who will end up winning them.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and check that out. And, you know, I believe would I be correct in saying actually that the Worms have had the highest points versus 55 so far? Would that be accurate? I think it is, right?
Yes. Actually, it might have been Pain and Aeon.
Oh yeah, because that was quite a close game, actually, wasn't it?
And it was pretty close for the first half.
Yeah.
And then Ring 55 came back very hard, but I'm not sure. I think they did better. It was partially because of the map, but I think they did better because I think French Worms, they sort of. Especially with their comp, they forced Ring 55 to give them more points, which is why maybe it looks a little closer. But I actually think Pain and Aeon did better into 55 than French Worms did. I see. So,
but
here we go.
It's going to be the Worms versus the Faileth team is who it's going to be here. A powerful team indeed. With the wait, what rev build is it? Oh, look at this rev build here on the red team here. It's a Condi Revenant build, which is something that kind of fell out of favor, but it's much more DPS oriented with the Diabolic Inferno trailer in there as well, and also Acolyte of Torment for additional torment damage.
Is he running Shiro or is that bugged?
I believe that is bugged. It will probably be Malix and
it is
Glint. Yeah.
It's Glint now.
Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, it's just a slight error there, but you know the opening teams, fairly standard opener there. We see the Azers just pushing in there to contest that third node, and this is definitely something that the Worms are going to go for it. They're going to try and play 3 a lot of the time, right? They have a lot of kind of 1v1 potential. The Renegades can kind of do it, and the Scrapper can, of course, do it there from Zartak. So they can also team fight as well with the Tempest, but they're going to try and slow the game down, as you said previously with versus 55, right?
Especially into double Firebrand. Although there's no Tempest, there's no actual support on the side of red team, so I think not going for a team fight makes a little bit more sense. Although I gotta say, actually, double cap coming out here now from red team initially. Although we're gonna see Sequoia being taken out in that 1v2, and Firebrand's getting very hard pressure on mid. I don't expect them to be able to sustain for too long. Although I actually really like this wall of reflection from Fuego Brando, knowing that there's gonna be a lot of range and projectile pressure there on the side of French Worms with the Renegades, and of course a spree on this Condi Thief. So I really like that choice there, but unfortunately I think map control is going to end up going to French Worms, even if they do not necessarily win team fights or hard snowball them, but we are going to see the side notes picked up with that outnumber, and overall I think French Worms shouldn't have too much trouble with this, especially once it comes to the bell.
I think French Worms might even lose the bell, actually. If it comes down to a straight team fight, it's double Sage Brand for the red team here. Like, that is pretty disgusting. Even versus a Tempest, that is pretty dirty. But, I guess the Firebrands, they just kind of eventually run out of steam, which is going to be the issue, and the Tempest simply outlasts them. And, of course, the Renegades themselves are very durable, too. So, you might be right on that. But, I believe in the Firebrand, man. I believe in the Sage Brand, but unfortunately, I don't think I believe quite enough as is able to actually get that straight stomp there and rally up Goku.
Yeah. Goku was down. It was mostly just that there were more players here, and honestly, this is something that French Worms does very, very well. They'll keep a fight even or even potentially outnumbered for a while, but then as soon as they're ready to sort of swing a fight, or as soon as they realize that they can do it, they immediately put players in that position. They gave up. We saw the Doc got decapped there, but it's going to be answered with the Archway after that fight, and this is something that French Worms do very well as opposed to a lot of other teams. And it's very interesting to see. First bell will be coming up in 20 seconds, though. And obviously, with a slight map advantage from the French Worms, we should maybe see them get onto that first. But we'll have to see if red team are going to be able to answer that. And hopefully, we should see some contest there, as only mid going to be picked up at the moment.
Yeah, everything else keeping fairly stale. Of course, the Thief failed. He's not going to be able to contest into the Renegade forever. So Azers will make that 2 nodes on the board for the French ones, while Goku is pressuring the bell. And the Firebrands are going to start moving over towards the bell. And, I do think they have a hope here. Like, they might not be able to necessarily win the fight, but I think with the amount of AoE pressure the Firebrands bring to the table, they might be able to actually at least force the bell, right? I don't think even Renegade and Tempest is actually able to realistically survive into that. And I almost like the approach that the Worms have taken here, just having Goku troll the bell a little bit there while they rotate their team in after they pick up a kill there. And picking up that kill on Faileth is actually really, really big there. That's going to mean that there's no way the Worms are going to get decapped for a while. And it also just makes it a lot easier to not get spiked down in the team fight, additionally, on top of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gotta be honest, I think it's a bit of a misrotation from Fail. If he shouldn't really have been there, he got picked out pretty easily away from the rest of his team. I don't really see a reason for him to have been there. And I mean, even if the Bell just gets contested, that's fine for French Worms. They definitely will operate, I'd say, around the map a little bit better, sort of without being together as a team. And they'll be able to just kind of control more, have more map control overall. But again, eventually the Firebrands I think will just get whittled down as we see is happening. Fuego Brando without cooldowns is going to be taken out. Tank can't do it. And the other big thing too is with the Tempest, of course, on the map there from French Worms, they will have res potential. There's basically no res potential there for the Firebrands, as neither one of them are running Signal to Mercy, which I don't really think would make sense for them to. But we are going to see Fail, the only one now contesting. Goku actually almost dies too.
Does
go down. But there's no way that Fail gets the rally. That would be no. He's not.
Tenebrae even going for the res.
Tenebrae going for the glyph.
Maybe a little bit overkill there, I think, though. But perhaps. Oh, dude, Tag actually nearly can do it. Wait, he actually get the. Oh wow, he nearly got it. That would have been insane if he managed to get that self-res. That would be fucking crazy. But yeah, the Worms able to grab that bell, and no, I think they are. I think they're showing that they are pretty much in control of this game, significantly more than the last time these two teams actually met here. And picking up another kill on Fail up there. I mean, I think a little bit of a stagger's going on here. Like, where that's red team, maybe tilting a little bit. Yep. Kind of pushing in very aggressively when they need to just go for a pretty solid regroup. It's, yeah, they put themselves very far behind there by having this series of kills. And they're having a lot of trouble there.
Yep.
A lot of trouble indeed.
Absolutely.
And
it's a mistake a lot of teams make. And, you know, I don't really understand it. I mean, part of it I think is probably like lack of team synergy for a lot of teams. But it's an issue that has been present with Guild Wars 2 PvP teams pretty much forever, at least since I started casting, and a lot of teams just don't ever regroup. It's very strange. But I don't know. The only thing I guess I can really chalk it up to is I guess that they just don't really have team synergy. I know some of these red team players are actually NA. I think Ryan, the Firebrand tank, is NA, so that's something.
Yeah, I think perhaps they just feel like they don't really have enough time. They have to kind of play a little bit risky and try and pressure the map as much as they can, maybe, because they're so far behind, right? And it's very that's one thing that I think the Worms are, again, very good at, right? Like, once they get ahead, it can be very difficult to actually get the lead off the Worms again, right? Like, because they do have this quite slow composition, right? Like, it can kill you, absolutely can. But it also is very, very durable, and they can kind of troll you pretty hard. Dude, see, look at that double Firebrand, man. Look at that DPS annihilating Az's there, and he's not even going to get rallied there. Like, so you can see that it can work in even, but the trouble is with those Firebrands, as we saw earlier, right? As soon as they get outnumbered, they run out of cooldowns and just fall over, right? Which is the really big issue for them here, because the Worms have been able to effectively. But to be fair to the red team, they are maybe going to get this bell, which, you know, it's a start, right? It's a long road to recovery, but that will be the first step.
Well, it would certainly help as they get the double cap. So another 25 points on the board would certainly boost them up, but it's going to really depend on if they can hold on to it. Actually, triple cap, I think, coming out is Sequoia maybe getting the dock for free. It's actually pretty good there. A nice little sort of reversal with that one kill. But we do see, again, sort of an important difference, as you mentioned before, red team having a little trouble with stagger. As soon as they lose one player, French Worms immediately kind of split up. They get some map control back, and now they've regrouped around the bell. They're not going in. They're not feeding kills. Zartak going to be a little bit low here, but obviously Tornado may not be enough to lock him down. We do see Fuego Brando on top of it. He is going for the kill onto Zartak, who is going to be brought down. Tenebrae actually really low as well. The burn ticks taking him down. The glyph is not going to happen as the Tornado knocks it away. Tenebrae maybe alone. Mistform coming in. Azura is trying to peel for him. I don't know if Tenebrae's going to be able to get out. Raging there. The grenades on top of him. Spree as well going to be very, very low, but they need to find some kills. Raging himself now may have overextended as Spree going to go down to the back. Raging with his healing turret will be able to keep himself alive for now, and Tenebrae going to be forced away from the team fight. Spree starting to get res, but I don't think Azura's going to be able to do it. Really nice Jade Winds will keep some pressure off of him, but the Bell now going the way of red team, and with the kill on Spree going to be certainly confirmed as Tenebrae does not have a glyph that will allow them to move into the map with a player advantage.
Seriously, man, like, you can't underestimate that double Firebrand. Like, it really brought the pain there. That is so much AoE pressure. And, of course, like, I really like the choice to go for Hallowed Ground, rather, on one of the Firebrands here, because it's just such a power move, right? If you want to fight on point, and you can just deny all the tornadoes going on there, it's really, really powerful as well. There's a lot of stability coming out, which is a bit of an anti-meta move in a way. Like, you know, as you mentioned earlier with the Wall of Reflection, you know, having the Reflects to counter the Renegades to a certain extent, like, makes it very difficult to connect damage, I think, for the French Worm Saunders. Now, make no mistake, the Worms are definitely still ahead here, right? They still have the single cap and 385 points to the 220 odd of the red team. But, you know, that was definitely a big power move there. If they got the next bell and kind of repeated that process there, they could definitely win this game.
Yeah, especially because the next bell they would be getting would be 50 points instead of just 25. But again, they're going to have to be able to slow it down. And unfortunately, Fuego Brando, most likely going to be taken out. He doesn't have his R available.
And Raijin taken out as well. Like the holo element. And actually, the bell comes
right now.
And this is not the kind of situation that red team wants as well. Like, they're very, very split here. But the fire... Oh, and one firebrand dies. Oh, wow. That might be game ending, to be honest, actually, Roy. In fact, I believe that is game ending. Because this will allow blue team, rather, the French Worms, to pretty much push the bell unimpeded. They should be able to get that before the Elementalist is able to recover. And that will, of course, be a 50-point bell for the French Worms. You know, the same as it would be for the red team. And that will that will literally end the game as soon as that comes through, if they're able to capture that. And I think they will be able to. We do see a respawn here on Fuego Brando. He might be able to somehow make it back in time, but no, I don't think so, because Tank, oh my goodness, double 7-shot action, and yeah, I think that's going to be the end of that. That is going to be the end of that. GG. Bell is rung. The Worms advance onwards. So, well, we don't know actually. We don't know yet.
I think it's winner of Boozy Baddie. Yeah. Badass versus Chunsu.
Ooh.
But I believe we're probably going to end up watching the first semi. That would be 55 versus Ultranum.
Indeed, we are. We can go and hop into that, and that could be a pretty... It's actually already started here on the Skyhammer. Very nice energy there.
Oh, it did? Oh.
Yeah, it's already started. The game has been able to...
This is actually... this is an exact copy of the first Swiss round. It was Ultranum versus 55 on Skyhammer as well. And I got to be honest, Ultranum... I haven't really been impressed by their performance in general today. They lost pretty hard against... Well, not extremely hard, but they certainly didn't do great against French Worms. And, you know, I don't know if it's just the lack of fly on their team. Not that, of course... Although it is interesting that we see Capablanca on Thief instead of the Revenant we saw him playing the Moda. Obviously, partially, I would assume because Adelante is going to be a Revenant player, not a Thief player. But I think the lack of fly certainly does hurt the team a little bit. But in general, I haven't really been impressed by their play today.
Wow.
So we'll have to see what happens.
That is just kind of laying it down there. I mean, they certainly did have a lot of trouble. Of course, Ultranum being one of the very few teams that has actually beaten rank 55. Of course, you know, in a straight up 5v5. So they're kind of like one of the few hopes, as it were, for a non-55 team to win. But of course, 55 no slouches whatsoever. And I'm not gonna lie, Roy. You know, I look at 55's comp and I think, ooh, yeah, that's quite good. You know, that is that's fairly juicy right there. You know, they've got the Hollowsmith, the Scrapper on the sides, the Reaper, the Tempest, and the Thief. I mean, wow, those are some good classes right there, Roy. That is looking pretty good. No Rev, but that's because I think they favor the Scrapper over the Condi Rev. For both the 1v1s and the team fight even as well. Like, you know, don't underestimate. Like, the Elixir gun is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it brings a lot to the team fight, I think, with the res power as well that it has. He's actually running a slightly different build. He's going with like almost like the Worm style here with the personal battering ram to help the decaps even further there in this setup here.
And the bulwark gyro.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, it is an interesting choice, but yeah, it definitely seems to have been working out so far for them. I just think it's very interesting that we see, you know, Rev has been so dominant in so many different ways in the last, honestly, couple of years in PvP specifically. I mean, almost since its release, really. It sort of only fell out of the meta briefly, I'd say, overall. And, you know, even after so many nerfs, Power Rev was so strong for such a long time, and now Condi Rev has been dominant in a lot of ways. It's just interesting to see the lack of a Revenant in a comp. But either way, we're going to see a bit of a Lich duel coming out here on mid. Gornet going to be, unfortunately, on the losing side of that. A little bit low, forced to jump up and use his heal. Going to see Cran coming up behind him. Adelante now still going to be on the node. Wing actually going for the chase onto Gornet, who is going to have full shrouds. He's going to be forced to back off for now. For the moment, there's going to be side nodes apiece, and Wing going to port off that middle fight there.
Ooh, Misha nearly getting actually really hard spike there. He was definitely in trouble. So I think we might actually see Ultranum be able to grab the first capture on the middle node. And we in response to that, we see Syndra immediately go for the rotation directly onto Floody, who is just going to immediately disengage that to avoid dying. Right? He knows that the damage combined with the Hollowsmith will be too much for him to survive there. So even though 55 have a little bit of trouble here on mid, they are able to equalize the map fairly effectively. And you know, on the other hand, though, Capablanca actually returning the favor there by decapping point A, forcing Dra to re-rotate over that to that, and maybe allowing a bit of an outnumber, because it's actually 4v2 on mid right now. Like, if they honestly, Num need to get a kill here, right? They need to get a kill pretty quickly. Otherwise, they're just wasting time here.
It's interesting how much Sind is staying at point C, though. You know, Floody obviously can have a lot of ability, a lot of potential to just kite for a very long time with those jump pads and all the rocks and whatnot. And I'm actually kind of surprised as well that Cran even rotated over, especially because Sind actually rotated out as Cran rotated in. Kind of a bad rotation there from Cran, and he's staying for quite a while. But Zan hadn't even capped point C. You know, I would understand if Sind was staying there to force the cap, but he wasn't even doing that. And it definitely slowed down Rank 55's ability to push into the map, even with that huge outnumber that by Ultranum over at mid. So it's still going to just be a point apiece with C contested. Sind again going to make his way over. But if they can get that kill on Misha while that's happening, they will be able to unlock part of the map. However, it doesn't look like it's going to happen again. Cran rotating into point C after the Thief, meaning that the team fight would be advantageous here for Rank 55 on mid, and I'm not really sure I like these rotations from Cran so far. Yeah,
that's a bit problematic. It really just denies the ability for Ultram to really engage then, because like the Thief of Sind is so much faster than the Elementalist of Cran that it's causing a lot of trouble there. Yeah, you can see that without the Tempest, Adelante ends up falling there. So yeah, Cran does manage to actually help Floody force the node, which is definitely something.
Should get the glyph as well.
Ooh.
Oh no, wait, what happened there? How did he miss that?
Did it get interrupted? Oh no, it didn't get interrupted.
No,
it went
was a
through, but oh, it was a misform, but it just didn't land for whatever reason. That is very unfortunate. Now, the game is, you know, it's still very, very close here, and the hammer is actually being contested over by both of the engineers on both sides there. And yeah, Cran actually able to deny the cap on mid here. 55, which is very, very nice. Like, he did a great job there. Try and hold there. Gornet coming down there to pressure for the Elementalist too, because Cran is absolutely getting wailed on by the enemy team right now. And actually now with Dra coming in, that can be very, very bad indeed for Cran. Cran in a hell of a lot of trouble. They actually are forced to concede the node, I believe. Yeah, they had to give that up. Meanwhile, the duel between the Scrapper and the Hollow still going on there. Now, I think Floody said that and I quote Floody here, I farm Hollow 1v1. So, you know, he is probably feeling confident there, especially with Capablanca. If they could kill Zan, that would be really nice. They actually might get it with 3% health. He gets his heal as well and gets stealth up there from Dra. So that is pretty nice. However, does the hammer get captured? No, it does not. Dra able to get in there at just the right moment there to deny that. However, this is a really unfortunate decap there from Syndra. And Syndra able to get over to point C and neutralize that node. And Ultranum are going to find themselves falling fairly behind in this game.
Yeah, Capablanca should be able to get the free decap on point A. I don't think we're going to see him full cap that. And Cran doing a absolutely amazing job of kiting over at mid and still able to keep himself alive. Adelante under a lot of pressure, but the water overload from Cran should keep him alive. So it is just a one-node map at the moment with, of course, pretty strong pressure on to Skyhammer, which is now at 2 versus 2. Draw is going to be very low, but he's getting some nice CC on a Floody. The barrier going to keep him alive as well as the peels from Sin. Capablanca trying to apply some damage. Flooddy's still on top of him. We actually might see the kill come out if Capablanca can survive long enough from Sin, but Floody now going to be forced to peel for his Thief, and that will allow Draw most likely to be able to sustain himself. Still very close to getting the Skyhammer. Unfortunately, just not quite enough. And Sind actually leaves, so we might be seeing Sind going for a plus differently. Oh, wait, I think they're just giving it up. Yeah, they are. And I guess that makes sense. There wasn't really a huge loss from giving up that Skyhammer. You know, they only lose one node, but we will have to see how Ultranum plays into this now. They have a completely neutral map that they can contest with the Skyhammer, and hopefully they can take some advantage of it. But they are giving up point A for free. It's going to be Hyakma Draw getting that cap there, and no caps coming out as of yet, although both B and C looking pretty contested there for Ultranum.
Floody able to grab C. They do get the dog cut, so if they can hold on to that, they'll find themselves once again in the lead. However, Sind and Zan getting a pretty big combo off their stealthing up, looking to move out on the map, and that's going to probably scare Ultram a little bit. They actually make the right call, though, and send the Thief to mid to completely match everything in the 4v4. However, Gornet is getting hammered right now. He does actually manage to get the kite, and he should probably get his heal skill, I believe. Oh, no, it gets interrupted. Forced to take that back, and oh, he's getting chased down right now. Cran going to try and save him desperately, and Gornet, oh, this is going to be really difficult for this Necromancer. He gets some good counter pressure, but he is very, very low right now, and the chain CC is big. Watch the pain away comes through there. Does he get his heal? No, he doesn't. Get another interrupt. Could this be a res, though?
Get the glyph this time?
He's going to go for it. He gets it.
Not even going to use Mist Form. He does get it. Yeah, and Sind very low. If they can find a kill on the Thief, they might be able to find some way back into it. But Gornet's still under so much pressure. No glyph available. He's going to be dropped down again for a second time. Adelante. Cran might even be the next. Mist Form going to keep him alive for a couple more seconds, but Adelante probably going to drop. No glyph available. Blink coming out of Cran is going to be giving him away, but Misha actually following him with the Earth Overload. And unfortunately for Ultranum, they're just not able to hang on and hang with rank 55, and that'll be 2 kills picked up very nicely for the Dragons.
Oh, yeah, that was a rough one. The team fight of rank 55 just coming out slightly ahead there. They just pain trained down Gauntlet, and well, I mean, you saw what happened there. There wasn't really that much he could do, to be honest. He was just getting chain CC'd for a good 10 seconds there, which was definitely very unfortunate for him. And Kran did his best, and he did a great job, but it wasn't quite enough. The kill on Zan is very nice, and I don't believe Misha is going to be anywhere near enough to go for that revive. So that is a very nice kill, a very key player there, eliminated, and this definitely gives Ultron a bit of potential. I think it's worth noting this is a very, very slow game as well. Like, this is a very slow game. Like, we're halfway through, and it's just 200 points for the winning team here so far. Floody is going to be grabbing back up point C. And I think that hammer's really not the end of the world there for Num. They actually managed to get the decap on point B2. So the game's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Like, if Ultron is able to win one fight, they will probably end up in the lead. If they actually got 2 or 3 kills, they could definitely find themselves in a winning position in this game. So still a very close match between these two teams, I think. Fairly evenly matched.
Garnet a little bit split from Kran, and Kran going to be forced to use the misform to keep himself alive. CC again after CC, as you mentioned before, just so much pressure coming out from rank 55 right now. And the Tempest forced to kite away. Sind a little bit low, so he's not going to be able to commit too much. But Gorn again going to be left behind. Kran coming in, and he's going to almost go down himself as his Necro goes down.
Oh, those grenades, man. That was disgusting. Oh, my goodness. Getting a 2-for-1 deal there. 2 birds with 1 stone with that Grenadier build there from Zan. Just so much DPS. A great spike from him combined with the rest of their team to just nuke from orbit Ultram. I think Adelanti is going to be the next kill there. Now, Num do actually get the decap there. That was a nice rotation there from Capablanca to actually kind of neutralize the map there and kind of mitigate the loss of losing that fight. But they're going to need more than that. They actually need to start winning these fights to control the map. Because if they can't win at least one fight, there is no way they can come back in this game. So they've got to find a way to do something. Actually, honestly, they might just straight up lose Kran and Gauntlet again by the looks of this. Like, blue team 55 pushing very aggressively. The Lich comes out. The Lich not really going to do too much here, I think. Actually, Syndra does go down. Will that be Reservoir? I don't think it will. So I think 55 maybe actually getting a little bit complacent. They're pushing their luck a little bit into Ultram, and they did end up losing a key player. That, not without a parting gift from Zan, though.
He's just going to throw a grenade or two, and that's all Gorn itself gone. They will get the kill on the Thief, though, and leave Floody here. This is an alright position for them to be in, but they need to be able to find some follow-up kills. Wing pretty far away from his Tempest. Obviously, Misha will have the glyph available, but if they could either burn that or even get the kill on Wing right now, that would put them in a really good position to try and certainly get this hammer and contest the rest of the map. However, Kran... and I mean, rank 55 just already rotated back into this. They got almost nothing out of that kill on Sand, and Gornet's actually going to go down again because the rest of Ultramode just left Kran and Gornet alone. It's 2 versus 4 over by the Skyhammer portal. Floody was prioritizing going for the hammer. Capablanca again going now for the full cap, not even decap on point A. And this is something I really want to mention. We see Sand way more involved in these fights than Capablanca. Capablanca trying to, keep the map a little bit more neutral, and I don't think it's working out at all for him. I'd really like to see
that hammer. Oh, well, okay, that would hurt.
A little bit low here, excuse me. Misa's going to be a little bit low, but the damage going to be turned onto Capablanca, who's getting chased down by Zan now. They need to find some kills. They have to be able to get this map control back. As you mentioned, Hammer going the way of rank 55 is going to get the double cap. The first of the game, I think, that we've seen, or maybe second for Ultranum, completely neutralized. And again, I mean, Ultranum just don't look like the team we saw in the MODA qualifiers that beat rank 55. They're just way, way more split up, way more separated. And they're really not playing together very well at all, as Gornet is about to be taken out. I don't know if Kran's going to be able to get the glyph
great
this time.
res.
No, 30-second cooldown. But they are going to be able to get the hard res. Still, so much pressure from 55 coming out here. They're going to be able to completely force them away from the node. But Zan, maybe overextending, does have elixir rest to keep himself alive.
He's still in trouble. I believe Misha... So he just go down. Does Misha have the glyph? I believe he does. Yep, he does. He missed one glyphs. And away we go there. And that is... I mean, it's... I think... As much as I like to hype up these games, Roy, we're approaching the point of no return at this point. That was that hammer there. Draw got the battering ram, cheeky hammer cap there, I believe, and that really put a blinder on them because Ultram actually had the map. They actually had the 2 cap temporarily, which would have been great, but then the hammer just reset everything. Now Zan does go down again. There's no glyph this time, and that's definitely a really big kill, and that should lead to a 2 cap for Ultram. But at this point, a 2 cap is it even good enough? That's the question you've got to ask yourself here, I think.
Especially if they're just going to give Sin a free res on Zan. Atalante's there, but I don't think so. But if there's enough CC... Oh, nice split knockback, actually, from Atalante. Sin going to be immediately pressured out. Oh, wait! Thunderclap
hang on!
Coming out from Flood. He's going to take the Thief out.
Hang on!
And Sid may be overextending a little bit. It's about a 100-point difference, but with a double cap, a decap, and some kills, that might just be enough. There's 3 minutes left in this game. It's absolutely enough time for Ultranum to come back into it, but they really need to play this game well. Cran already going to be low, and even on the retreat, rank 55 putting pressure onto Ultranum. Still, Ultranum looking for the aggressive play. Wing coming in from the side.
They've got to go
damage
for it.
onto the node.
If they can
have
actually
to get this decap, though.
If they can kill Wing here, they can absolutely win this game. Though, if they can actually get someone, and he should go down. I believe there's no glyph. There is no glyph. Either the Lich comes through. That should force the decap. If they can actually snowball this, that would be absolutely massive. Dra might die here. He does die. Actually, does Misha die too? That could be absolutely insane. Sin, though, does get a very nice decap. They're immediately trying to stem the bleeding here. That's a big decap. Oh, hammer, though. Flooddy's got to go for it. Flooddy must get the hammer. He's got to contest. I think he makes it in time. Yes, he is going to be able to. That's very nice. They're contesting into Zan. Sind will get the full cap. Is a 2-cap good enough to win the game here for Ultra? It's actually quite close, isn't it? With just 2 minutes left on the clock.
Might be relevant. I don't know. I'm not sure. They need to get some kills. They have to be able to win another fight, I think, and get at least a kill out of here. Otherwise, they won't be able to have any advantage. Respawn's fully back here for rank 55. We see Capablanca now plussing the hammer. If they can get this kill on Zan quickly enough, they might be able to do something with it. They're still about 50 points behind. Both their nodes now going to be contested. Is Adelante going to be one versus
but Cran dies here, I think.
Oh, that would be so terrible.
Oh, the Lich. Oh, that was a great lightning flash. And they actually hold on to mid. And Zan dies. They're going to... Wait, I think the glyph is up, though. Yeah, the glyph's going to come through. Wait, but Flooddy interrupts it. Oh, my God. This is huge. Oh, well, they get it anyway. Okay,
he's going to be able to get it, unfortunately. Yeah. Did slow it down, but it's now going to be a team fight over at Hammer. Still about 40 points different. There's a minute and a half in the game. They need to get some kills and maybe a decap, and they need to do it now.
Oh, Wing's going to get decap here, I think.
But no, Wing with the decap on mid, and I think that might be game unless they can get a decap. They get a kill, though, on Hyakma. However, Sind going for the res there, but if it's anything like last time, he might actually end up losing that. Adelante going to be able to stop the res for now and hold on to the node. This kill is the only chance Ultranum has. They get the double cap back. There's about 35 points left in the game. Rank 55 really need to be able to stop the hammer and hold on to point C. It's going to be very, very risky for them to go for a decap on point B.
Capablanca's going to get
it. Gain getting even more closer.
Oh my God.
Zan's still holding down to the Skyhammer, but he's really, really low.
Capablanca gets
be the only one contesting it.
This is a win.
The decap comes through. This could be it.
Ultranum.
Rank 55 may have thrown the game away. Ultranum's so close to winning.
Sin's capping. I don't think that's good enough, though, actually.
No.
I believe that as long as Ultram can hold the hammer, they're going to get the hammer, Roy. They're actually going to get it. Zan, oh, no, he left the wrong way. He gets the hammer. That's going to deny Sin. Yes, Sin's got to delay the cap. That's game over, guys, I think. Now, mid does get decapped, so it's still not over just yet. Gornet's going to contest that. And, of course, we do need to see Ultram hold on to point A. It's going to be a cap apiece right now.
It's a kill difference right now.
Yeah.
A kill would make the difference if rank 55 can find it, and we've seen it happen. Double
20 seconds.
Still going to be the point of contest. There's 20 seconds left. Ultranum will get to 500 points, but right now, point A going to be contested very hard.
Flooddy
actually very low. They have to make sure they don't lose him because that would be it. But he does go down. Cran is going to be available there. He doesn't miss one glyph. He's going to be able to get it. Right now, they're holding on to it. 9 points left. 5 seconds in the game. I don't think they're going to have it. And Ultranum bring it back!
Ultranum with the recovery! Oh my God! Time's out! Ultranum, take it down! It's over! 55 actually throw the game. Oh my God. You know what they say, Roy? No voice, no win. Okay? They do say that. Spam this thumb for Ultranum, dude, okay?
Holy shit.
Holy shit. That's big, dude.
To anyone who was saying that EU is boring before,
spicy.
you fucking dabbed on, dude.
Yeah.
All right?
Spicy gaming, ladies and gentlemen, okay? That was pretty ridiculous. Holy
wasn't
shit.
A throw? I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like, Ultranum definitely played better there at the end, but like, I mean, rank 55, like, they made some pretty serious mistakes. I mean, Sind dying on top of a res that he shouldn't have been going for in the first place.
That was a massive kill. That knockback into the CC chain, right, from Flooddy, right, the knockback from Adelante into that was a beautiful thunderclap there from Flooddy, securing that kill onto Sin. That was a massive turning point. And then that huge cleanup there, like, it was kind of what we talked about. We were talking about this earlier, right, Roy? It's just, if Num can win these fights, they can get back in. And that's exactly what happened, right? Like, at the I think we really should talk about how it is definitely it was a very, very close game, right? It wasn't necessarily that Num was playing badly at the start, right? It was more that just 55 were just playing better, don't you think?
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Most of this MAT, I kind of feel like maybe someone else is playing on Cran's account. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I do actually have some news. I might have to expose Cran here, Roy. I believe instead of playing the game Guild Wars 2, he has been playing Valorant.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now that's yeah. I know, right? That's pretty fucking big. It does expose. And the Worms are just cleaning this game up. They are, wow. Yeah. I actually expected this game to be a little bit closer, to be honest, actually. But the Worms have definitely taken the gloves off for this one, getting the kill there onto Chunsu. And, well, I mean, it's 10 points to go. This game is over.
Yeah. And, wow. I mean, I was expecting it to be a Worms 55 final. I was certainly hoping for a little bit of a better performance from Ultranum, but I wasn't expecting them to actually win. Still, it's not going to be a free path to victory for them. They lost to French Worms in the final round of Swiss. And honestly, again, they really did not do that well. But we'll have to see what happens in the finals. It's going to be French Worms versus Ultranum. Is this the first monthly we haven't seen Ring 55 in the finals in, I mean, a long time?
I don't think anyone would have predicted that result, man. Seriously, I mean, that was crazy, and and it certainly looked that way from the start of the game, right? We were talking about this. It's 55 was consistently pulling ahead in some of those team fights, but Ultranum have actually shown us like a pretty fucking sick comeback there. Oh, win trade. Ooh. Win
maybe
trade.
The French Worms paid them to lose because they thought Ultranum would be an easier target.
What a map, Roy. What a map to end it on. Legacy of the Faux Fire.
I mean, this is probably better for Num.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
We are going to see the Tempest match here from Tenebrae. He's been playing Scrapper as well so far today, and I think he played Scrapper against Ultranum. Although I could be wrong about that.
It was probably Zartak on Scrapper. Wait, did they go double Scrapper?
They had double Scrapper. Yeah. I think it was only one game.
I think this is not. I think this isn't the map for it though, right? Like maybe on like a a rotation map, like something like Temple, you'd go double Scrapper. But here, you definitely want the Tempest, right, for the team fight. And this is definitely. I think there's got to be a little bit of a smile here for Ultram, right? Like as you say, I think this is definitely a map that they want to see. The Worms, they prefer stuff like Skyhammer, right? That's the kind of map they like, Skyhammer Temple, the kind of maps that the French Worms like to go for. But I think they're no stranger to any map. And I think their strategy can actually work on any map as well. They're going to try and split 3, troll the team fight, and then use these 7 shots to secure kills here.
I also am interested. We saw Wing playing Scourge when 55 fought the French Worms, but we see Gornet still on Reaper. I don't know if he's just waiting for the last second to swap or if he's just going to stick with his Reaper build. I actually feel like Scourge is a pretty interesting choice. Obviously, it doesn't maybe work as well on this map because of how much bigger the middle node is, and as opposed to the map they were on before when Wing was playing Scourge, which was Forest. But I still feel like Scourge it provides a lot more area denial, and potentially even more corrupts, especially with the Breach, and into the the Renegades. That's actually pretty good. But we are going to see the Reaper nonetheless. This is it, the August monthly automated tournament. A little bit of a change from what people might have been expecting. No rank 55 dragons to be found. Instead, it's the Numb Thumbs versus the French Worms.
All right, guys, let's get this going, guys. If you think the Worms are if you want the Worms to win, copy and paste the Worms copy pasta in the chat, guys. And if you want to see Numb take it home, then spam this thumb for Ultra Numb. Let's see who you guys are supporting here in the chat. You can use the appropriate command to summon the pasta, and then you can just start spamming it all over the place right now. We already see Ultra Numb actually going for the push. They actually ignore their own close node and let Zartak free cap it, and instead choosing to push the remaining 2 nodes there. Azza's actually going to find himself in a 1v2 versus Capablanca and Floody, but we do see a spree coming in to deny that and make that a 2v2. And actually, it's going to be the Worms actually taking not only the first cap, but actually I think they're trading fairly efficiently here in this fight. The Capablanca forced to rotate away towards mid.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that rotation from Numb. I feel like it sort of caters a little bit better, more to the comp there from French Worms, but maybe they just wanted to make sure, maybe they didn't want to get locked into a 1v1 out of Waterfall. Either way, Tenebrae actually going to be left a little bit alone here. Really nice Jade Winds from Goku, though, to help peel out his Tempest, and Tenebrae should be able to get out. There just isn't enough pressure or damage. And right now, Ultranum really need to try to get some node pressure out here.
Floody dying here as well.
Cran, getting forced away from Gornet. He does get the heal off. It's not going to be the CC from rank 55, although it does happen right after the heal.
Ooh, 7 shot.
He's going to get taken out. Yeah, Cran
Miss from
should
Glyph.
get the Glyph here.
Wait, yes? No? Wait, huh?
No.
Oh, he messed it up, I think. He gets it. Wait, he gets it anyway. Nice.
That was strange.
Yeah.
But either way, a lot of pressure here from the French Rooms onto mid. We will see Capablanca with a nice decap over at Waterfall coming in. Tenebrae now going to be pretty low here. Gornet, though, going to be low as well, and the pressure just may not be there for Ultranum. They really have to start making some moves here. They're getting locked into a map state that is not going to be advantageous for them, and they haven't found any kills as of yet. Tenebrae and the Renegades doing an excellent job of just whittling down Gornet, keeping themselves alive, keeping themselves difficult to kill. Lich coming out now from Gornet, but there's going to be so many
Look at that
bubbles.
reflect
First
field,
the Renegade
yeah.
heal, now the Scrapper heal, field, and it's going to be very difficult for them to find a kill.
I'm very confused about Num's rotations here, right? Like, why are they disregarding the waterfall so much here? I think this is a really big mistake. They've just allowed Zartak to free cap it the entire game. I mean, they pushed it with the Thief, right, to prevent that, but it's just been literally every single point has just been coming from waterfall the entire game for the Worms right now, and Ultram still have not got anything. They might be able to get this kill on Tenebrae, which would be very nice. That would help them destabilize the map. And actually, yeah, Tenebrae is going to go down, and we're going to have to see the Worms disengage. There's no way they're going to get that. He's just going to try and die on point, I think, maybe. Wait.
The thing is, though, even if they cleave the kill, we now see a Function Gyro res coming out. Zartak rotates back in. Glint knockback, though, from Adelante is going to prevent that. But the thing is, what are they going to do? Are they going to kill the Scrapper? Are they going to kill one of the Renegades? You know, it's just not going to happen quickly enough, I think, before Tenebrae gets back in. And they still, the only points they have on the board right now are from that kill. Zartak does get locked down. The Renegade's actually leaving. I'm kind of surprised we see Zartak staying there at all. And he is going to give his life for that. A bit of a mistake there from the French Worms, unless, of course, Tenebrae can come back in and glyph that. And this is finally a position that Ultranum can come back into. But is it going to be worth it? Did that really slow start for them pay off? Or is it going to have turned against them as we see Quarry being picked up there by the French Worms? It is going to be Waterfall full cap by the Thief. And Zartak just now starting to respawn there after being bled out very nicely is going to give the Ultranum team a very, very good hold on to the middle node.
I think a big problem here for the Worms is actually mid getting capped. I think they really don't like the mid node on this map. I think it's a lot harder for them to execute their strategy and actually pressure Ultranum on the graveyard here. So they're going to want to get that decap as quick as they can. And I really want to echo, like, I think both the Scrappers from both teams actually played way too aggressive, right? We saw Zartak end up dying there on the graveyard by kind of trying to hold the 1v3, which is certainly ambitious, and Floody doing the same, which is not ideal. But now, once again, I think Ultranum have maybe found their stride a little bit. They're getting some massive pressure onto Tenebrae there. He's going to have to figure out a way to survive. Oh, I think he misses the lightning flash. I think he wanted to teleport up there, not able to quite get that. And now Goku in trouble there. Jade Winds comes through, and that's some really good counter pressure. And we might see Gornet go down, but I believe Kran has the glyph. Yeah, he's missed from glyphing it. He should get that, and he does get that up immediately. And Goku is going to be going down here very, very shortly, I believe. And Tenebrae is going to have to try and return the glyph. He actually does manage to survive, though, just barely. So it's not yet over for our Renegade here from the French Worms, but that is going to be it. Is there a glyph here in response from Tenebrae?
There is, but the CC's going to be good. He's going to be able to interrupt that Kran with the tornado follow-up as well. I don't think we're going to see the glyph. It's starting to come out. Is it going to get there? No, it's just not going to be enough, I don't think. He's just barely out of range for it. Gornet goes down. Kran in the Mistform res as well as Tenebrae, but the res potential there is much, much more in favor for Ultranum. And now Esprit actually very, very low. Tenebrae himself now has 0 cooldowns. He might even die to this last tick of torment. He does! Oh. I don't know if they realize it. No, Adelante does, and that's going to be the kill confirmed. We do see the decap on Waterfall there by Zartak, but Flooddy's going to be able to prevent him from getting the full cap, and with a kill now on Tenebrae, Azur's actually getting followed up as well, chained down by Gornet as well as Kran. Ultranum, as you said, have started to find their rhythm. Esprit is well going to be very, very low here again. Going down against Capablanca. That's huge. We do see Goku coming in, but I think they should be able to stop this.
No way. Well. With the Reaper, no way they can get that.
Ultranum looking good.
Yeah, that is a really big swing there for Ultranum. Like the Worms, I do like this though from Goku. He's just going to back off, go for the regroup there, try and reset the map. And Zartak doing a job just trolling 1v1 into Floody there. They need to fully reset there because they are probably going to find themselves behind in the game. Like the mid node is going to give the advantage over here to Ultranum, at least for the time being. Again, a very, very slow game here. As you can see, not a lot of points being scored as we kind of approach near the midpoint of the game here as well. And actually Zartak going to get forced away from the waterfall. Like, dude, they're listening to the stream, right? Like I think Ultranum actually thought there were only 2 points in this map, but now I mentioned that, why are you ignoring it? They're like, oh yeah, okay, we forgot about that, and now they are in fact contesting it. Let's see if it works out a little bit better for them here.
Floody is going to be 1v2 now, as we see Esprit coming back enough of respawn. We'll see Capablanca going for the rotation there. Hopefully it'll be in time as Quarry with the respawn. The rest of the respawns coming out from French Worms is going to be given away to them. But finally, we see Ultranum ahead in this game. And I mean, you know, you just said it's a very slow game. Ultranum just now, after holding a double cap for quite a while, getting ahead of French Worms because of how long it took them to get caps on the board. But again, I think that was honestly their strategy. Like you said, they have not lost mid since it's been decapped. They've been able to pretty consistently hold on to a second node with mid since that point. And I think they didn't really care about how many points they gave away to the French Worms in the beginning of the game. They just wanted to get mid, and since then they've been able to find the kills, find the caps, and hold on to them for the most part. Floody, though, going to be in a little bit of trouble now on Waterfall. Does get the peels from Atalanta and Capablanca, and they are starting to turn some damage onto Azures, but we will see a Spree coming back into this rotation now as Floody again going to be out pressured here. Thunderclap coming in, though, is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Mortar getting some sustain as well, but the decap will come out, and Floody probably will be going down. No cooldowns available, and we actually see Cran stealthing up to the side. Is Cran going to be able to
hang on. He's going for it. And he gets it.
Yes, he does.
And now a Spree in trouble here. He gets his heal and will survive. Now, the Worms did get the decap there, which is nice. And they should be able to do the same here on middle, actually. But no, they can't, because they're forced to respond to Capablanca going for that decap there. Oh, man. Capablanca on Thief, dude. What a machine. This, of course, known for his Revenant play, but definitely picking up Thief quite effectively, I think, so far.
Yeah.
From what we've seen.
Gornet going to be in a pretty bad position, though. Cran, no glyph. Gornet going to be very low. Not a lot of cooldowns. Atalante a little bit behind the rotation from the Worms coming out of Waterfall, and they will be able to get that kill. Cran very low. But a really nice hard res coming out from Cran. And Atalante pressing F there harder than anything else, and they're going to be able to get that up through the clave from the French Worms. Very nicely done. The decap as well on, it's actually full cap on Corey. Will be Atalante going down, and I don't think we're going to see the same thing before. Cran still no glyph. Gornet not going to be able to stay on that res. The stab road's going to be able to cleave him out from the double Renegade, and Gornet now going to be forced to leave. This may be finally the decap the French Worms were looking for in mid. I think they have to give it up at this point unless they can get rotations in from the sides. But I don't think it's going to happen. Gornet now just a little bit of Shroud, probably will go down. And this is maybe a little bit of an overextension, I think, from from Ultranum.
Yeah, if Gornet dies here, that is incredibly bad, and I think he might. Does Cran have the glyph? He does not.
No.
Oh, that's bad. I don't think Cran can revive that either. No, definitely not from the Tornado as well, coming through from Tenebrae. And I think we might see the Worms go for a snowball. Oh, no, not Cran too. Oh, that would be so bad. He gets CC'd. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. They're actually funny going for the Scrapper as the glyph. I mean, 1 second. He actually might get the glyph here. Cran, if he gets that, he's missforming. Oh, my God.
He gets it.
The
function gyro keeping him alive long enough from
insane.
Floody, but Cran may have given his life for that. I don't know if there's going to be res potential there. He does have the Vapor form, but no, it's not going to happen. They keep the Reaper alive, but it's at the life of the Tempest. It does mean as well that I think double cap now coming out for the French Worms with the 2 side nodes. Mid's still going to be contested, but actually full cap there in a second by Esprit. And even with Gornet being kept alive,
it's a triple cap.
It's not really going to matter. Triple cap for French Worms, and this is a very, very bad position now for Ultranum to come in. It took a lot for Ultranum to sort of be dislodged from middle node, but it's going to be a lot for them to dislodge the French Worms from all 3 of their caps.
Yeah,
we'll have to see how they fight back into this. Floody,
and Floody dies.
Oh, 4,
no!
Yeah, he's going to go
and
down.
There's no glyph. And that's going to be a 4v3 for the Worms. That's very nice.
This, I think.
Yeah, they have to disengage. They can't take this now. There's no way. If they feed here, that is an absolute disaster. Yeah, that's incredibly bad. They cannot feed here. They mustn't.
They really just need to leave this.
Yeah, they need to just. Yeah, and we see, they know this, right? Like, Cran is already moving away. Wait, no, he's going back in. Oh my God.
Yeah, Gornet liched up, and I think maybe they thought they might be able to find a quick kill, but Gornet's going to go down. Glyph available in 20 seconds.
Oh,
Capablanca does come in here. Esprit
isn't
going to be there, so it will be 4 versus 4 with the Thief rotation. They've actually sustained long enough that it is going to be even for them, but
it's working.
Now the point's going to be very much in favor of the French Worms. 20 points ahead. There's still a double cap on the map. It's going to be a triple cap as Esprit is going to be able to pick up the quarry, as Floody is going to be 1 versus 1 against one of the Renegades over at mid. Ultram have to find kills, but we saw how long it took them to get map control away from French Worms in the beginning of the game. I mean, it took several minutes. With the kill on Azures is very good. Cran going for the Mistform Stomp. Is Tenebrae going to land the glyph sooner? No, Tenebrae actually going to fall now. That's going to be the decap as well as a double kill coming out from Ultram. But is it going to be in time? They're about 50 points behind. They have to make this up very quickly. And with the game only 4 minutes left, French Worms have a lot of time, or well, not, all the time they really need to be able to hold on to this map state and hold on to the points ahead. Esprit a little bit low. Now Capablanca putting some pressure onto him. That might be the decap at Quarry. He gets the Heartseeker when Esprit's in stealth.
Dude, the no
Oh, what a terrible kill for Esprit.
He's going to go for the res,
he might be able to self-res, but that's the decap. I can't believe he got that.
What a gamer. Oh, and he doesn't know where he is. He actually gets it, though. Oh, my God. Capablanca. What an MVP here. Holy shit. And now the
They may
Worms...
be winning off the back of this Thief, dude.
Yeah, oh my god, dude. There's a new rank 1 Thief. Now, the revive does come through onto a spree there, which is obviously great for the Worms. Yeah, exactly. As you say, right, the glyph has now been used, and that means it's not going to be available for the team. But I think mid is now kind of working against Numb here, because, again, it's difficult to kind of dislodge the Worms from mid as well. And honestly, Zartak is such a big problem right now, Roy, for Ultron, because he's just trolling Waterfall constantly, denying that point income that they so desperately need. The Worms don't mind Numb. Ooh, he is very, very low indeed. Tenebrae, does he have any cooldowns here? Doesn't really have anything, actually, to sustain the Worms, so he's almost going to have to rely on the other Renegade to actually peel for him here, and that does happen, too.
I really don't like Capablanca pushing across the waterfall. I think, obviously, getting that plus, that cap is going to be good, but it allows French Worms to continue to hold on to mid, and even though Ultron was doing pretty decently in the outnumbered fight, they're not going to hold on to it forever. We will see the misform glyph coming out from Cran, nicely done, but they have to decap mid. I don't think a double cap is really going to do enough for them, especially the way that French Worms are playing, at least not with the side nodes right now, and I really would have liked to see Capablanca stay in mid instead of going to waterfall.
That decap is a backbreaker as well from a spree there, and he's even looking to maybe spike Floody here. However, this does leave mid a little bit open there. Tenebrae and Az's going to try and hold this here. They are able to do it, though. Cran and Gordon not able to dislodge him just yet, but that decap really hurts. However, they do get the kill on Zartak, so that will be the kill on the waterfall and the outnumber.
Gornet probably goes down, though. Yeah. I think Gornet might go down. No glyph available for Cran. They have to be able to hard resist, but it's not going to happen. And again, I mean, no way that this happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they get the side nodes, but is it? I don't think that's.
They don't win.
I really would have.
They don't win off that. That's the thing.
2 minutes left in the game.
And without their Reaper, they can't really take a fight for a while until he's back. And it's going to be a long way to get over here, because the Worms are now going to try and force the issue here on the Quarry. And all they've got to do is stall this, right? It's 2 minutes, and this is what they do best, right? Like, they don't even necessarily need to win. All they need to do is not lose right now.
Ultron have to snowball right now. Tenebrae, pretty low. If they can find a kill, that's good. Gornet coming back in off a respawn, but obviously it takes quite a long time for him to go down. And Capablanca going to be going down, stay on top of this Floody, and Cran trying to get the rest, but I don't think it's going to happen against 4 Worms. Gornet coming in. No, that's going to be the kill on the Thief. That, I think that might be game. I really think Ultron threw the game away, not trying to dislodge them from mid. They've given them so much point value from mid, and they're now 100-point difference with just under a minute and a half left in the game. Unless they can hard farm kills, I don't think they have time.
Yeah,
unless they go for Lord.
Lord? I don't think they have time for that though at this point. And the Worms will be able to troll it so effectively, right?
They do, but yeah, I don't think it can happen. Gornet's still very low, and I mean, yeah, the French Worms can just troll this pretty much.
And they're even going to force the cap. They know it. They know it. Floody knows it. They're going to go for it. It's possible, right? This could happen. And you can see that all of Ultronum is here. Can the Worms deny this? They know that all they have to do is hold that 2 cap and let the game end. They're giving Ultronum a lot of trouble just getting through the gate. Is there a Mistform available? Now, Cran does have Mistform, and he has Tornado. That is relevant. That will definitely help them here. Lord does win the game.
Why is Zartak on Waterfall? Oh, he's going for the triple cap.
Yeah, he's going for it so that there's time runs out.
Points left.
Oh, they're going to have to do this quickly.
They have to be able to get this kill. Gornet liches up.
No, there's no way.
10 points left.
They can't do it.
CC bar is gone.
French Worms.
One more
tick.
That's going to be
Get the Worms in the chat. It's over. Damn. French Worms. Monthly AT winners. Worm Zartak. Worm Goku. Worm Tenebrae.
Oof.
Worm Azaz. And Worm Esprit. The Worms have triumphed again. And that was, oh man. I think it really came down to the overextension by Numb there, right? They just lost a few too many kills and allowed, you can kind of see this, there's this kind of big snowballing point here, right, where the Worms controlled the entire map and pushed a kill onto Cran and Gornet, and then just kind of snowballed the game from there, and it was just so hard for Numb to get back into it from there. That was a brutal game, but that is it. French Worms. And that was quite the roller coaster of monthly AT, Roy. You know, Ultronum beating 55 by 5 points or something like that, or something ridiculous. Yeah. And then French Worms having a very tough game versus Ultronum. But in the end, the bug emojis were simply too powerful.